Hello everybody, Arcanome here, bringing back some more Trails from Zero. Last we left off, we began our investigation of both incidents that occurred between the Blue Vipers and the the Red Vipers, the Saber Vipers, oh my god, and the Testaments. And this time we're going to... Wait, the restaurant over there is when their reporter told us about. We'll need to get information one way or another, so let's hear her out this one time. I wanted to go hang out at the inn. I knew you'd come crawling to me. Don't be shy now, have a seat. I'll treat you all to a nice dinner. Well, that's awfully kind of you. We'll have to respectfully decline the dinner. How about we stick to the exchanging information? Boo, you're no fun. Or are you trying to make a statement that you're impervious to bribes, unlike the upper echelons of the CPD? What exactly are you implying here? Hey man, speak for yourself. I'll gladly scope out that free meal, ma'am. I would also accept, so long as you aren't scheming to make us owe you. It's probably okay. I don't see the harm in sharing a casual meal together. You too, Ellie? You're the only one worried about some kind of moral conflict, Lloyd. How are you going to become a pro-detective if you act like such a prude all the time? Alright, I get it already. But I'm preventing you all from drinking. As long as you abide by this one rule, we'll accept your offer. This is delectable. The chef is highly skilled here. This food is most satisfying, though it's kinda hard to savor something this tasty without a good drink. Come on, Lloyd, don't be such a hard ass. One sip ain't gonna kill me, you know? Absolutely not. You know, we're still technically on duty, right? We have to keep our wits about us at all times. Yeah, whatever. Our leader's as stubborn as a damn mule. On the contrary, Randy, are you not the one who is far too nonchalant? I'm going to have to agree with them. Drinking on the job is highly inappropriate. Oh, you guys are so entertaining. Your personalities are wildly different, yet you fit together perfectly, like a jigsaw puzzle. Grace, you are not Niall. You will never be Niall. You're just a bitch. Heck, you're basically a well-oiled machine now. Flattery will get you nothing. So how about we get back to the topic at hand? We've told you everything we know about the incident that occurred in the downtown district. I seem to recall you mentioning that you had the missing piece of the puzzle earlier. Isn't it about time you fill us in on it? And what if I told you that I don't wanna? Good luck ever getting us to trust you again. Not only that, but it'd be the last time we'd talk, ever. Oh, calm down, I was just messing with you. Though I gotta say, you can be pretty charming when you're serious. It's a nice contrast to your boyish looks. I hate to admit it, but you've caught my attention. Okay guys, how about we get back to work? Yeah, that sounds fine by me. I appreciate the meal. Whoa, hold your horses, people. I'll cut the crap and get straight to the details, okay? Where do I begin? Okay, have you guys ever heard of a group called Ravash? Oh, that name again. Guys, what's with the blank look on your faces? Ravash & Co. I believe they're a business in Crossbell, registered under that name. Heh, that's all they appear to be on a quick surface level examination. The truth of the matter is that they're actually Crossbell's mafia. They've been controlling our dark underworld for a long time. By mafia, do you mean they are a criminal organization? Makes sense. I've definitely heard rumors about there being a mafia in Crossbell. I guess you two are already informed of their existence then? Yeah. It's pretty hard to believe the dark about them if you're It's pretty hard to be in the dark about them if you're a Crossbellan. The organization has a vast network of connections with important people. I've heard that they've got strong ties deep within the government, so the police can't take any actions against them. Interesting. The underbelly of the society is pretty much identical no matter where you go, eh? So why the mention of Ravash? Are they involved within the incident? Oh, you betcha. Ravash's members have been engaged in some rather shady business lately. They've been working their behinds off, almost as if they're anxious to complete some kind of plan. So anyway, being the investigative guru I am, I decided to spend some time sinking my teeth into this potentially juicy scoop. So you'd say that the mafia is working harder than usual? That certainly sounds ominous. I have a terrible feeling about this. Is that why you decided to visit the downtown district then? What? Bingo, my friend. About 2 weeks ago, one of my sources provided me with some intel on members of the mafia snooping around downtown. They were dressed like civilians, probably, to try and conceal their identities. Doesn't that smell awfully fishy to you? Yeah, it definitely stinks. Agreed, something feels out of place. It's unlikely that each gang would simultaneously and independently choose to attack one another. Ravash orchestrating things from the shadows would explain how that happened. I am confused about something, though. For what reason does a criminal organization require delinquent groups to antagonize each other? That's right. That's the million-dollar question. Well, if I had to guess, it's to draw attention away from them. And it makes sense that they already harbored a grudge against one another. As far as I know, they don't have a rocky relationship, and I've never heard of any serious conflicts between them. Quite frankly, all three groups are savages. Those mafia dudes are way more threatening than the others, though. The weird part is, Ravash doesn't have any conflicts of interest with the other two groups. I don't see why the need for them to be fighting. What if one of them formed an alliance with the mafia to off the rival group once and for all? Going by this assumption, then it's not exactly surprising that the culprits would play the role of the victim. You bring up a good point, but do they really need to take it that far? Yeah, I didn't get the impression that Wazzy and Wald were on bad terms with each other. If anything, I felt that they held each other in high regard. Wowza, Lloyd, that was an astute observation. From what I've gathered, Wazzy and Wald are rivals, but they hold a mutual respect for one another. So at first, Wald and the Saber Vipers were the only gang in the downtown district. However, that all changed 2 years ago. Wazzy showed up out of nowhere and established the Testaments. And we all know how Wald is, so he obviously went to go put Wazzy in his place, but Wazzy took him down. Yuppers, he sure did. Despite his charming looks and small frame, Wazzy's a skilled martial artist. I heard he managed to take Wald by surprise with his lightning-quick moves and pinned him to the ground. Wow, I was not expecting that. That cute little dude's freakishly strong? Color me surprised. No kidding, but I don't think Wald's a pushover either. He was a little too careless that one time. They've fought a number of times since, but they're at a stalemate, supposedly. I think that's precisely why they respect each other, though. That makes perfect sense. I can see why they consider each other rivals. Suppose that rules out any likelihood of either of them forming an alliance with the Mafia to crush each other. Agreed. They're both worshipped by their respective gangs, so I doubt their subordinates were acting independently. This can only really mean one thing. Whoopsies! I may have divulged a little bit more information than I should have. Huh? How do you mean? Anyway, I've got other interviews to conduct, so I'm going to take off. Kick some butt with that investigation so I can write me a good story later. Doodles! She sure has an interesting way of handling things. But regardless, we were able to obtain some highly valuable information thanks to her. Yeah, knowing that the Mafia is likely involved with this mess is a huge leap forward in our investigation. Now the real question is, why did the Mafia get themselves involved with their affairs? This is going to be a tough one to figure out with the limited evidence we have right now. The police database does not appear to have any relevant information either. I believe it's locked behind multiple levels of authorization, so it's classified info, eh? Makes sense considering whose pockets the Mafia has their hands in. Alright, let's head back to the Triple S and see what Chief Sergey has to say about everything. As much as I'd love for us to solve the case, the situation is starting to become larger than we can handle. You're right. Yeah, let's head back and see what the old man has to say for himself. I'm still sticking with my theory that they're trying to get each other to antagonize each other. Oh, crap. Words. God dang. Trying to get each other to I say their Mafia is trying to get them to antagonize each other in order to do whatever the hell they want without being like put under the microscope. Because all eyes are on them. If all eyes are on the Mafia, or rather, if all eyes are on the war, then that would leave the Mafia able to do whatever the hell they want. With pretty much nary a care in the world. Dang it. Where the hell is Chief Sergey's office anyway? What? Am I just dumb? Could be. Oh, there's a chest over here. No clue how to get down there at the moment. Big room's locked. Where the hell is Chief Sergey? It's the kitchen. Oh. Oh, you're back already? Managed to stop those delinquents? Well, about that. We think the situation might be a bit more complicated than you expected. How so? Lloyd explained everything that happened and laid out all the facts for Chief Sergey. Interesting. Chief? Alright, I'll leave the case to you then. Wait, what? What do you mean by that exactly? Whether you're willing to continue the investigation is entirely up to you. You won't be getting any information regarding Ravash out of me. You have to dig for it on your own. But that doesn't make any sense. If I told you to stop the investigation, would you follow orders? What? If the Mafia really is involved in this, things are going to get nastier. As a supervisor, the most logical step is to order you to close this case immediately. Now, is that what you want me to do? No. If we gave up now, I'm pretty sure we'd regret it down the road. Randy's right, especially after coming this far. I agree as well. Alright then. I doubt I'll be able to rest easy knowing you kids are getting beaten up by the Mafia. So I'll do you a favor and introduce you to a trusted consultant of mine. A consultant? Sergey handed over a business card to Lloyd. Grimwood Law Office. Something about that rings a bell. It's a law office located over on West Street. It's run by a bearded lawyer named Ian. Oh, near the bakery, right? I definitely ran across him a couple of times when I used to live in the area. I've heard of him too. Mr. Grimwood provides consulting services for corporations and other businesses, right? He also frequently offers legal consultations to ordinary citizens, I think. That's spot on, Ellie. Because of that box beard build, he looks like a genuine bear. People often refer to him as Grizzly Grim. He probably has loads of info on the Mafia. Who knows, he might even have a new intel that even the CPD doesn't know. Really? That's quite impressive. Just what kind of guy is this lawyer? You'll find out when you meet him. I've spoken with him previously about Triple S related matters. He'd at least let you finish explaining why you're there if you tell him you're a special support section. This is the perfect opportunity for a little meet and greet. Understood. We'll check in with him. West Street is just around the corner. Everyone okay with paying this law office a visit? Of course. Shall we head out? And head out we shall. Oh my goodness. West Street. Oh yeah, literally just right around the corner. I feel like you're doing anyway. That was literally just over on West Street. Oh, I think I know how to get there now. Go in through the Belheim Apartments. And get body. There's no way to get out of there. Get out of here from there. Would I get down there? Huh. Oh my goodness. There's just a bunch of chests. Freaking located everywhere, man. So this is how we get this chest. Eagle Eye. Fantastic. Displays enemies on the minimap. Nice. Enemies on the minimap is super nice. It's one of my favorite quarters. And this is West Street. This is not the way to West Street. I am just a clown. on West Street. Oh, of course that's not the way to West Street. I'm already here. Grimwood Law Office, Grizzly Grave. Let's go. Grimwood Law Office. I believe this is the place. Yeah, I've seen the lawyer who runs it in the neighborhood before. I had no idea he was well known though. Well then, Mr. Grimwood, I'm sure we'll speak again in the near future. Of course, I'll be here anytime you need me. Should your division try to do something to solve the situation though? I think think about the impact this will have on the citizens. Kissing the asses of the populace isn't my job, nor do I intend on it ever being.
それでは失礼します。お前たちは
You far. What's wrong? That's right. You're those pups that Sergei decided to adopt. Come again? Hold on, that badge. You work in the CPD too? Who I am isn't important to you. I imagine you're here to speak with Ian about something. A word of advice, try not to waste his time. Unlike you useless rookies, he's a busy man. What did you just say? Jeez, what's his problem? He looked like a detective from one of the investigative divisions. His ego is overbearing. His glasses definitely ain't a greenhorn, that's for sure. You can tell by the weapon strapped to his left hip. Seriously, I didn't even notice. Impressive observation, Randy. I detected it with my sensors. A specialized military-grade handgun, I believe. Yeah, sounds about right. Dang, guys, you two are amazing. I just managed to scope it out in the corner of my eye. More importantly, shouldn't we head inside and greet the lawyer? Oh, I nearly forgot. I'd feel bad bothering him if he's as busy as the man said, but let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Forget something, detective? Oh, pardon me, I mistook you all for someone else. Welcome to the Grimwood Law Office. How can I help you today? Oh, no need to hold back. If you have a question, ask away. Then again, you four look quite young. Do you have questions about loans? Or perhaps you're looking for potential business partners? Come now, ask me anything. No, sir, it's nothing like that. This guy's got a lot of energy. So this is the famous Grizzly Grim. I see the rumors are true. Hold on. Now that I've taken a closer look, I can't help but feel as though I've seen you somewhere before, young man. Are you one of the kids that used to live in this neighborhood? Wow, you remember me? You're right, I lived in one of the apartment complexes here about 3 years ago. Allow me to properly introduce myself. My name is Lloyd Bannings. You did live here? That explains why you look so familiar. Wait, Bannings? Then you're Guy Bannings' younger brother? Huh? Yeah, I am. You knew my brother then? Well, just knew him, Never mind, I suppose you're here to discuss something important. Come on in, you can fill me in on the details once we take a seat. Oh, and where are my manners? I am Ian Grimwood, lawyer and owner of this law firm. I see, I was wondering when I would meet the special support section Sergei was telling me about. I actually read about you guys in the most recent issue of Crossbell Times. You certainly showed diligence and spunk right out of the gate, didn't you? Sounds like our first job might have been a little exaggerated. So, Guy's younger brother's a police officer now too? Oh, how time flies. I can only assume this is ADO Seville. Mr. Grimwood, what sort of relationship did you have with Guy? Well, same one you and I will have. Guy used to drop by occasionally to share and exchange all sorts of information with me. But, as I'm sure you know, he was an incredibly talented detective. I'd wager he helped me far more than I was able to help him. Please, wait a minute. Lloyd, your older brother is a detective? The hell, man, why didn't you tell us about him? Sorry, guys, I guess it never really crossed my mind. Besides, Guy's not with us anymore. Not with you? He was killed in the line of duty, about 3 years ago now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lloyd. That explains why he left Crossbell. My deepest and most sincere condolences. Believe it or not, I've conducted my own investigations into that particular incident. Sadly, any leads that may exist eluded me. I see. Well, let's just forget about his case for now. It's not why we're here. Mr. Grimwood, I've already laid out our case to you. If you have any information pertaining to the Ravash and its activities, please tell us. Ravash, That Unsavory group is nothing but bad news. Illegal dealings with both the Empire and Republic. The selling of stolen goods, mirror laundering, weapon trafficking, operating the middleman for hiring Jaegers. And that doesn't even come close to scratching the surface of their crimes. However, no matter what sort of illegalities they've committed, The fact remains they were able to take advantage of Crossbell's very unique situation. What do you mean by unique situation? What he means is, while trade and commerce have grown exponentially over the past few years, Crossbell's political foundation has begun to quickly deteriorate, right? Well put, Crossbellan politics are currently in an extremely fragile state. The majority of politicians choose to align themselves with either the Empire or Republic, and are nothing more than greedy, power-hungry leeches. There's even a bill circulating within the Diet that cracks down on the Mafia, but it won't be approved. Too many Diet members are connected to Ravash. Are you serious? Unfortunately, he is. The number of Diet members tied to the Mafia is higher than I want to admit. That is probably the reason why the police can't touch them. Reality truly can be cold and cruel. Does that mean Ravash can commit any crime they want to with no repercussions? No, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. If they don't control themselves, they would end up angering the majority of Crossbellans and our surrounding nations. Therefore, Ravash has been treading a very thin line in order to avoid directly interfering with the citizens' daily lives. As long as they don't cross that line, the police can't lay a finger on them. You may wonder why they constantly look down on people. Well, that's your answer. This can't be real. Reality ain't so pretty. Behind the city's glamorous facade are shadows hell-bent on stirring up trouble. Yes, I'm curious as to how many classified police documents detail these activities. Anyway, that's essentially all I know about Ravash. However, I need to mention that the situation with the Mafia has taken a turn. Really? Would you explain? Well, according to the intel the CPD just received, a new faction strong enough to rival Ravash has finally surfaced. And I don't doubt that's right. A new faction? Surely it's not the Bracer Guild, right? For all intents and purposes, the Bracer Guild is a positive establishment. This particular one I'm talking about, however, is less so. You see, there's a powerful organization that operates out of the Republic's eastern quarter. And it's already managed to worm its way into Crossbell. How is that possible? You're certain of this? Yes, previous rumors of this organization turned out to be true, so I have reason to be skeptical now. They're called Heiyue. Just recently, a new commercial unit registered under the name Heiyue Trading opened the business in the Harbor District. Heiyue? That's quite the eastern name. This could potentially escalate to a brawl between two mafias. The petty fights we've seen between the street gangs will be nothing compared to that. The calm before the storm, if you will. So far, neither group has had the audacity to make their struggle public. However, I would be surprised if they weren't already battling each other behind closed doors using a variety of methods. The First Division seems to be keeping a close eye on the whole thing. You don't say. So the man with glasses who left right when we arrived was... Yep, that was Detective Dudley from the First Division. Coincidentally, he was asking me questions about the same topic. A coincidence indeed. Lloyd? What's wrong? You went quiet all of a sudden. Let me guess, you noticed something? Yeah, I still need time to sort it all out in my head, though. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. Without your help, we wouldn't have been able to find the lead we need to put this case to bed. If that's so, I'm glad I was of assistance. Sergei has always been a tremendous help to me, so from both a personal and moral standpoint, I support your work 100%. If you ever run into any problems, you can always stop by my office to chat with me. So, what's our next course of action? Should we go back and sort through all the information we've gathered? Good idea. Before we do that, now's the time to wrap up any unfinished business we have to still take care of. Besides, if what I'm thinking is the truth behind all these incidents, let's just say we're in for a bumpy ride, alright? I appreciate the modesty, but your face is giving away your confidence. Anyhow, let's head back to the Triple S building. Once we've crossed off everything on our bucket list, sound good? Yes, it does. Let us make haste. Huh? Well, if it ain't Lloyd. Wait, Oscar? No way, it's been too long, man. When did you get back to Crossbell? You haven't shown your face once during these past 3 years. I was worried about you. Sorry about that. I was planning on coming to see you a bit earlier, but work ended up getting busy faster than I was expecting. Right, it does look like you're working right now. Hey, are you in the middle of an investigation? Huh? Yeah, we are. How'd you manage to figure that out? Man, 3 years and I still can't tell whether you're sharp or oblivious, Oscar. It must have been the serious look on your face that tipped me off. Oh, right, here, take this. It's on me. To our reunion, Lloyd. You always were decent at cooking, weren't you? You have lots of space to jot down recipes that you and your friends can try together. It only has a single recipe written in it, though. It's a simple sandwich that I like to make for myself. Well, knock yourself out. Wow, this will be pretty handy to have. Thanks, Oscar. I appreciate it. Time to break out the oven mitts. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I I actually started working as a baker over at Morg's Bakery. Stop by if you're ever feeling hungry for a snack. That's right, I remember you writing that in one of your letters. Alright, we'll drop by when we find the time. Awesome, don't go too crazy with your job, okay? A friend of yours, I presume? Yeah, that's Oscar, one of my closest childhood friends. We kept in touch via letters, but man, that guy really hasn't changed one bit. Why don't you spend more time with him, Lloyd? We'd be fine with it. I'm sure the two of you have some catching up to do. No, it's okay. I'm still busy trying to digest all the information Ian told us. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to drop by the bakery every now and then while I'm doing our rounds. Sounds tasty to me. Anyway, once we knock off the rest of these chores, let's skedaddle back to the Triple S building. When you talk to people or examine certain things, you can sometimes learn cooking recipes. Recipes recorded in the recipe notebook, blah blah blah, yes. Oh. So that happened in this game too, huh? Man, so the Crossbell games really were like the start of all the good stuff.
任せてくれ。よーし、やるか。よし、やるか。うん、いい感じかな。よーし、やるか。なんだ。よーし、やるか。よーし、やるか。なんだ。これ。
Yeah, so let's see what I ended up cooking. Boost up her power, huh? Sounds fantastic. Alright, so I think we're good on all this stuff with the Triple S. I think I may have an idea. I'll get where I need to go. No, not there. Maybe I can get there from going out of Grimm's? What's that? A message, maybe? There's a note stuck to the bulletin board. I've got some errands to run. Wrap up the case however you see fit. Sorry. He's gone? Who wants to bet that he ran away because the case seemed like a pain in the ass? You can't rule out that possibility. Perhaps, but think about it like this. It's a privilege to be given the chance to solve a case however we like, isn't it? That said, what's our plan? So we review what we know? Yeah, definitely. Alright, let's start that meeting then. Let's get this meeting started then. First off, we should review all of our info that's relevant to the case. The incident took place around midnight 5 days ago. Members of both the Saber Vipers and Testaments were ambushed by an unknown assailant, possibly a group of assailants. However, the attacks occurred at two different locations in the city's downtown district. Here and here. The Testaments member was attacked in the alleyway to the west, and the Saber Vipers got messed up in front of Ignis, which was towards the east. In other words, the attacks happened at the opposite ends of the area. Exactly, but in doing so, it made it hard for both groups to learn what happened to the other. And that leads us to the present, where the group blames each other for their members' injuries. Yeah. The only answer that makes sense is that there was a third party involved. Unless both groups rehearse their accounts, the chance of either group being responsible for attacking the other is pretty slim. Agreed. Based on the evidence so far, it's safe to assume the attacks were the work of some third party. All we can do now is consider all the possibilities and rule out the ones that don't seem feasible. But you already have an idea of who the third party might be, don't you, Lloyd? I do. They're the ones in control of Crossbell's criminal underbelly, the notorious mafia, Ravash & Co. According to the intel Gray shared with us, someone spotted the mafiosos snooping around the downtown district a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to verify the credibility of that. However, let's assume that Ravash was responsible for both attacks and continue our conversation. Well, that just brings us back to the next question. What was their motive? Bingo, the answer to that is crucial. If we can't answer that, then we're all the way back to square one. So it comes down to motive. There's hardly any conflict of interest between the Mafia and the two gangs. There must be a line that connects the three dots together. And once again, you already have an idea of what that is, don't you? Well, I can't say with absolute certainty, of course. I think there's something that connects these three factors. The only realistic possibility that comes to mind is Heiyue. Oh, right, our grizzly friend mentioned them, didn't he? That definitely feels like the most likely possibility for now. In that case, though, what about Heiyue connects these three? In order to be connected, there has to be some sort of inevitability. For example, was it this connection with the Heiyue that made the attacks against the two gangs unavoidable? Yeah, that would explain some things. Oh? What you thinking, bud? Well, about that possibility, Tio mentioned. What do you think Ravash would do if they found out Heiyue was trying to establish a foothold in Crossbell? Well, I imagine they'd look to expand their combat capabilities. Recruit more people and upgrade their weaponry, you know? Ravash should have no problems getting new weapons, given their known smuggling operations. But how do they go about recruiting people? Good question. Normally, you'd hire Jaegers, but that's unlikely in Crossbell's case, given the constant surveillance put on us by neighboring countries. So long as the non-aggression pact stands, Ereboni and Calvert would never overlook the involvement of Jaegers. The two Diet factions representing them would likely react the same way too. Oh, that's it. Lloyd, could the Mafia be recruiting the gang members? Hot-blooded and more or less disciplined? I can't think of a more perfect pool of candidates to beef up the Mafia's presence in the city. Then again, they can't just barge in and choose whoever they like now, can they? Of course not. I mean, I could never see Wazi cooperating with the Mafia. I doubt Wald would bow down to the authority either, be it from Ravash or the CPD. It's clear that he's not the type of person who would allow others to boss him around. So Ravash realizes this and plots to weaken the two gangs, intended to swoop in later and bag the remaining members. Hell, that must be it. Remember, this is still nothing more than a theory. All we've done is bring together the facts and try to make sense of them. Oh, look at you, being all modest. I think your analysis of the situation is too far from the truth, Lloyd. Your reasoning was sound and logical. You certainly proved that your acing the detective exam was no fluke. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's decided. Our next move should be to explain our theory to those two, don't you think? Those two? Hey, you don't mean... I sure do. Walled Whales and Wazi Hemisphere. Leaders of the Saber Vipers and the Testaments. Station Street, near the construction materials are stored. Asked me to come here alone in the middle of the damn night. What do those cops think they're up to? Is that the last train bound for Calvert? Yes, I believe it was. Wazi? Good evening, Wald. What a beautiful night to bathe in the mystic moonlight, wouldn't you agree? Oh, this is rich. You pretend to be one of those CPD pickstreaks to catch me off guard? You must think you're so damn clever. Fine, bring it on, pretty boy. You want to fight? Because I'm more than happy to give you one. Let's end this. You know I'm always up for a bit of late night wrestling, but alas, I am but a mere guest at this rendezvous. The hell does that mean? You'll see soon. They just arrived. You punks again. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Oh no, it's a pleasure to be here. So what's this fun anecdote you promised to share with us? I'm not sure as fun is the right word, but you'll at least find it interesting. Ready for me to start? Hold the phone. Anecdotes? Fun? What the hell are you two going on about? Oh, Wald, you're such a simpleton. What did you... Surely you remember the incidents that occurred 5 nights ago. They're here to tell us who the culprit was, obviously. The culprit? What do you mean? Impressive deduction, Wazi. I assume you already had your own suspicions? Well, at first, I thought that one of my members may have gone a little cuckoo. But as I started to sort things out, I realized that something was off about the whole situation. That goes for the Saber Viper side, too. Sadly, that's as far as my reasoning could take me. Well, that simplifies the explanation of it. Walled whales. I know there are still gaps in our theory. Still, would you listen to what we found so far? Fine. Keep it short. Waste a minute of my time and I'll bash that baby face of yours in. Baby face. And that's what we've come to with the information on hand. Any thoughts? My, how unexpected. To think that we played right into the Mafia's hands. Does that mean you agree with Lloyd's theory? But of course. After all, Ravash sent some of their agents to visit us already. They asked us to work for them, promising us the moon and stars for our service. Needless to say, I immediately turned them down and sent them on their merry way. Well, that's good to hear. That settles that side then. So, Wald, were you also tempted into collaboration with the Mafia? Yeah, about a month ago. They were acting all high and mighty, so I decided to show them what real strength looked like. Send them packing real fast. Can't believe they actually had the balls to pull a fast one on me like this, though. Wazzy, I'm postponing our duel. First, I gotta warm up by crushing the smug mugs of those mobsters. Wait, you can't. Such a short temper. Calm down, Wald. Acting recklessly will just lead to... Last time was merely a jest, but you really are a simpleton. Say that again? You know perfectly well you don't stand a chance against the Mafia on your own. Just imagine it. The leader of the Saber Vipers, Walled Whales, waltzing right into the Mafia sights like a pig to slaughter. You have no chance. Oh, shut it already. We don't know what'll happen till we try. Maybe you could survive, but what about your poor little Vipers? Could they catch bullets with their teeth? What do you guys propose we do then, you bony wise ass? You really expect me to just sit here and swallow the shame of having our men hurt like that? Huh? Of course I don't. It's likely just a handful of mafiosos were involved in this particular scheme. I say we give them a crash course on how us guys in the downtown district operate. Come the final exam, they'll realize who they're messing with. I'll require your help though, Wald. You need my help? Hold on, you two. What are you planning? If you do anything to break the law... Oh, relax. You'll be playing the teacher's assistants after all. We're going to be what now? Isn't it your responsibility to resolve the conflict brewing in the downtown district? I'd claim that makes it your obligation to properly educate the Mafia into leaving everyone down there alone for good. Do correct me if I'm wrong, Lloyd. Well, what exactly is Wazzy talking about? I don't quite understand either. Sounds to me like he's just taking advantage of poor Lloyd. Remember, it was you who bothered to call us out here to share your grand theory. Isn't it only natural to see this case through? Yeah. Alright. 3 days have passed since. The confrontation between the rival gangs has fortunately died down. The downtown district has been enveloped by a tranquil atmosphere. An atmosphere so peaceful that it had become uncomfortable. Then... Mafia punkos. Huh? It's what you cry around here. We went through all that effort and those dumbasses still haven't torn each other apart? Don't you worry. Those guys are doused in gasoline at this point. One small spark and everything will be up in flames. Those morons won't even know what hit them. All we gotta do is beat the crap out of an underling or two and then we're good to go. As soon as you see one, kick his ass. And for your own sake, you'd better not get caught. Use a slingshot for a Saber Viper and just bash one of those Testament guys from behind. Got it. Let the hunt begin, boys. Ugh! Haha, one tiny blue bunny down. What a pathetic piece of trash. We don't got time to waste. How about you rough him up a little bit? Just be sure not to kill him. Business is business. Hope you don't hold a grudge against us. As if I'd let you. What? What the hell? Man, I'm a little bit shocked. I really didn't think we'd get you to fall for the bait so easily. Who the hell is this guy? To tell you the truth, I'd be fine with cuffing you and taking you down to the precinct already. But I'm not sure how the force will feel about using a sting operation as evidence. I'll have to let you go this time. Oh crap, don't tell me this guy's with... He's a cop? Not to worry, boys. He's just a special helper. Dude, are you serious? How the hell did they fall for this? Lloyd's prediction was impeccable. Are you alright, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm fine. Putting that shock absorbing pad under my hood was definitely a good call, though. Damn it! If the boss finds out that we blew our cover like this... Well then, gentlemen, that raises the question. What will be your next move? Surrender peacefully now, and I may be merciful towards your misdeeds. Or would you prefer us to hunt you down? That may prove entertaining. Damn! Quick, split up! Hey, hold on! Two of you, come with me. Wazzy? Hey, hold on a second. Crap. What should we do, Lloyd? Give me a hand, Randy. Ellie, to you. I'll leave the other group to you. It's showtime, Lloyd. Roger. Oh, this is so badass. The music. Oh, it's so good. Damn it. I can't believe those little brats from the police are involved. We need to contact headquarters and request backup. Hold on. We screwed up the plan, man. What if the boss gets a whiff of this? Damn. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we should at least... Did you think you'd get away so easily? What? When did they get here? Checkmate. Good job to you. It's up to Lloyd and Randy now. Damn, those morons. Don't got much choice now. We'll have to go from the back. Heh, a valiant effort, but no dice. How'd you catch up? Jump for it! And with that, they've cornered themselves. Poor guys have no idea what's going to hit them. Ugh! Sorry to disappoint you, but your cute little game of hide and seek is over. Surely you've realized your best option is to surrender, no? Look at you goddamn rats. Where do you get off being so cocky? Now you'll see what happens when you force professionals to get serious. Better hope you live to regret it. Get ready, guys. Heh, looks like they're itching for a fight. Don't think we have much other choice. I can continue to count on your support, right, Lloyd? Funnily enough, I almost said the same thing. Let's do this! Bring it on! Alright, so he's got magic. Yada yada yada. Oh man, this is so fucking badass. Innocence arc, huh? Sit back. Yeah, you mafia bastards. Oh, the freaking music in this game is so damn good. Gah! You damn kids. Ew, they were no pushovers, that's for sure. That dude was using a fancy-looking military-grade firearm. I'd bet a mirror or two was made in Erebonia. Sounds like they managed to smuggle it past the borders then. By the way, Lloyd, I must say, that was quite the performance you put on. The dramatic confrontation in Fall, it looked so real, it had me on the edge of my seat. Well, your plan didn't give me much of a choice, did it? I wasn't about to let anybody else be the bait and put themselves in harm's way. Man, why else would you go volunteer for the route of fate so easily? You're a real softie, you know. Look how easily you let yourself get used. Sorry about that. Heh. That soft-hearted nature of yours is sure to cause problems in the future. Although I don't necessarily find that part of you to be a turnoff. Huh? Well, anyway, I was able to exact my revenge, and it was all thanks to your help. I look forward to any future alliances we may hold. You cocky little... Where do you get off running your mouths like that? Ha, now you've done it, you sons of bitches. From this day on, you've made an enemy of Ravash. You damn rookies will rule the day. All of the Diet members are on our payroll. Don't think you'll be able to get away scot-free. Is that what you think? What? Looks like you haven't taken your lesson to heart yet. New plan. I'm gonna hang you dumbasses upside down like a bunch of punching bags and beat the absolute piss out of you. Please! Hold on a minute. They're already defenseless. There's no need. Not to worry. You can leave the rest to us. Wald, try not to get too carried away, okay? They're self-proclaimed professionals, after all. Beating them to a pulp will only put a damper on their career. Ugh, whatever. Heh, how about this, boys? Why don't we keep this friendly little spat to ourselves? I doubt pros like yourselves want your bosses to find out that you got your ass handed to you by a bunch of rookie cops, even while taking them seriously. Such a pathetic report wouldn't go over well now, would it? Get bent, asshole. You'd be 2 hours under if we were taking it seriously. Oh, what's this? Now, I'm no lawyer, but it's probably in your best interest to bow out. Grace? What are you doing here? I've been keeping my eyes peeled for our favorite new rookies over these past few days. And much to my expectations, what an absolute feast of information you've given me. Oh boy, I'm dying to write up a riveting tale in my next article about this unlikely operation. Why you? You're just some bitch from a puny news agency. You think you can take Ravash on? Huh? Well, our circumstances are more complicated than I care for, so I won't reveal your names. However, if you bad boys are caught pulling another stunt like this again, I can't promise you that your group's going to be able to bail you out. Gah. Fine, whatever, we'll be going now. But if you don't keep your word, lady, don't worry your pretty little head about that. To be fair, you're the ones who should be worrying about keeping your promises. Wouldn't want to be in hot water, would we? Cross the line again, and this little birdie told me the bracers might come get you. What? The bracers? Just a little FYI, Arios is strongly considering taking over this case. Naturally, being the Grand Bracer he is, he was totally up to his neck in requests. He figured he'd leave it in your guys' hands this time. Is that true? He's keeping tabs on us, eh? That appears to be the case. Oh, hell no! As if we'd ever be moronic enough to make an enemy of Arios McLean. There's no point in staying in this dump any longer. We're out of here! Oh boy, Arios McLean, the Divine Blade of Wind. I've heard my fair share about his exploits, but I didn't think the name alone would be enough to send the Mafia packing. God, just hearing his name is enough to piss me off. Screw it, show's over, boys. Get your asses moving, we're leaving. Yeah! I must say, I couldn't have done it without your help. Or would mission accomplished be more appropriate for you? Yeah, I suppose so. Though, I guess our original mission was only to stop the initial fight. Anyway, you shouldn't have a reason to fight with Wald anymore, right? What are you going on about now? What? Whether the Mafia is involved or not, it's not like our relations with the Saber Rifles are going to change overnight. We're still going to view each other as a blight on our territory. That won't change. Sure, there probably won't be another large conflict between us for a while, but our regular scuffles are bound to continue, no doubt about it. Hold on now. Hey, if you don't want our future fights to get out of hand, you're more than welcome to stop by and intervene when the time comes. Perhaps you could even join in on our amicable little disputes. I'd welcome you with loving arms. I don't get the impression that he's joking in the slightest. Well then, I wish you sweet dreams, everyone. Alright, let us return, Alice. Our crusade has ended. Let us withdraw. Yes, sir! What an incorrigible group of men. Meh, leave them be. They're just a bunch of hot-headed dudes raring for a fight. Nothing you can really do about it. For once, you might be right. More importantly, we've successfully resolved our mission. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, for sure. Still, I can't take the feeling this was a hollow victory. That discomfort probably stems from the fact you rookies once again had to rely on somebody else to finish the job. How was that? Did I nail it? No, that's not. Boo, you're so petty. There's nothing wrong with accepting a little help in times like these. How else are you going to get the full picture? Only once you've understood this can you truly call yourself a detective. Just like your brother. Guy? Well, I think it's time for me to head on home now. I gotta go exfoliate. You'd be surprised how much work to keep my skin this flawless. How much I work to keep my skin this flawless. Anyway, night night. Yo, Lloyd, your brother must have been one hell of a dude. Judging from what I've heard, it sounds like he was a talented individual. Yeah, you could say that. There aren't a whole lot of people who could outrank him when it comes to persistence and efficiency on the job. At any rate, our mission is accomplished. Let's return to the annex and give Chief Sergei our report. I think I get the picture. Well, you're still rookie, so don't let your messy performance get you down. If something similar happens in the future, you should be able to handle it a bit smoother. Yes, sir. He's a pretty strict boss, isn't he? Surely you must have caught a glimpse of it during this case. The thorny, problematic side of Crossbell. Well, yup, it's definitely a pain in the ass. Crossbell's seedy underbelly. A cold, cruel reality made possible by the corruption of its leadership. Aptly put. But the CPD isn't filled to the brim with a bunch of losers, you know. While some idiots decide to trade dignity for bribes, most of our detectives have self-respect and work with a strict code of justice. However, they're often stopped by certain barriers. For example, the politicians who degrade themselves by making deals with the mafia for money and power. So, how about it, Lloyd? Want to pack your bags, turn in your badge, and become a bracer? No, sir. These barriers are the reason the Special Support Section was established, right? Oh? Protect civilians above all else. The Bracers Code is admirable, but it has its own limitations. Some problems can't be solved by that alone. Smuggling and illegal arms dealing, the sales of stolen goods and mirror laundering, and the collusion of mafia and officials. They're all problems that lie outside the Bracers' jurisdiction. He's got a point. So, even the supporting gauntlet still has its limitations. However, as police officers, we have the power to right these wrongs, despite the countless barriers standing in our way. The possibility of getting over them isn't zero. He's right. We, as the Triple S, can create possibilities others can't for real change at Crossbell. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? Yeah, but hopefully I'm not being too optimistic. I do think that reality is not as simple as you make it out to be. However, I agree that the possibility is never zero. Take a look at this guy, would you? Dueling with the head of the delinquent group, volunteering as bait to lure out the mafia. How can a guy look so calm and collected yet act so hot-blooded underneath? I'm not really sure if hot-blooded is the right term, Randy. Still, working with everyone helped me realize this. While it's true that we're still inexperienced, as long as we stick together, no matter how high they may be, there isn't a single barrier we can't overcome. Lloyd? I'm at a loss for words. A bit too cheesy for my liking. You don't have to laugh that hard, Chief. Although I suppose I'm being too idealistic again, right? Well, I'm sure this won't be too bad. While it's true that the idea of the Triple S was initially met with opposition and resistance, you guys can use this division however you see fit. Chief, sure, I might not be able to directly bail you out of trouble, but if you end up pulling some crazy stunt and tick off the HQ, I can at least toss you a bone to cover for you guys. I appreciate it, Chief. So you're going laissez-faire route, are you? Jeez, I get what you're gunning for, but aren't you a bit too chill about this, Chief? In other words, our Chief is trying to evade any messes we may throw his way. That's what's called a veteran experience. Will the SSS become a pale imitation of the Bracer Guild, or will it transform into something new entirely? I, for one, am going to kick back with a cigarette and watch the fireworks. Nice.
お疲れ様でした。大変でしたね。
Nice. We're going to leave it there for now, though, folks. Till next time, this has been Ark Nova playing Trail Sim Zero. Stay cool.